My name is Dr. Eleanor Nwadinobi. I am the president of the Medical Women's International Association. It has been a journey of doggedness, resilience, and prayers. I thank God for my parents, my father, a pioneer veterinary doctor from Abia State, and my mom from Jamaica in the West Indies, who instilled in me courage. They made me understand that the mold was broken once I was made, and that caused me to be fearless and courageous, and to believe that I could achieve anything for as long as I was prayerful and that it would touch humanity. And from a very young age, my parents told me that I declared that I wanted to be a doctor upon seeing a road traffic accident and being frustrated that the victims did not get prompt attention. I had the opportunity of going to several schools on account of my father moving around. I saw the Biafra War through the eyes of a child. For a short while, I was a refugee. Again, that came with lessons that vanity upon vanity, all is vanity. When in the twinkle of an eye, every single thing that we owned had to be left behind as we ran for our lives. I saw the kindness of family and friends when we were homeless, and I saw the worst of humanity in seeing starving children around me. I was one of the fortunate ones because my mom was a foreigner, and therefore we had the opportunity to relocate to the United Kingdom. Fast forward to medical school and to my finding love and friendship in my husband of 37 years and 4 delightful children and their spouses and 4 delightful granddaughters and counting. But I then came across a very horrific, harmful practice in the southeast of Nigeria against widows, harmful traditional practices. And in the midst of practicing as a doctor, I discovered that women around me who were widows had their lives threatened through harmful practices like being forced to drink the water in which their husbands' corpses had been bathed, or being accused of witchcraft, or being forced to lie in state with their dead husbands. And I felt a burden and a calling to act on behalf of women. And that started my journey into the struggle for the rights of widows and for women more broadly. I continued to be active in the Association of Female Doctors in Nigeria, called the Medical Women's Association of Nigeria. I was first the state president for Enugu, and then 10 years later the national president for all of Nigeria. And then 12 years later I then ran in an election for the international president. And today my dream has come true. I am the International President of the Medical Women's Association, an association that looks at women's global health, ensuring that health information comes to the vulnerable, to those in the rural and hard to reach areas. And I am delighted at the opportunity to be able to touch lives. I'm delighted at the opportunity to be able to be a role model to the younger generation. Nigeria is such a blessed country. Unfortunately, we have some of the worst maternal mortality rates, infant mortality rates, and time has come for us to wake up. There's an Igbo proverb that says, when you wake up, that is your morning. We need to wake up to our responsibilities. The types of violence going on in Nigeria and indeed around the world, and especially violence against women and girls, where 1/3 of women and girls in the world undergo one form of violence or another, is totally unacceptable. Perpetrators are walking around free because there is a culture of silence and a culture of impunity. I belong to a group of activists who are working hard to ensure that we have a treaty to end all forms of violence against women and girls around the world. And I'm calling on governments to sign up to this treaty so that we will bring a complete stop and a complete end to violence against women and girls. We need our doctors and nurses, lawyers and judges to respond appropriately. We need training for them. We need to be able to have services for survivors. We need to have dedicated and ring-fenced funding to address the types of violence that I've spoken about. And for the future of this country, I believe in hope. We must always have hope and keep hope alive.